Even though they're in this old church, church is community. It's this. It's being among others that you might not always agree with, you might not always understand, but that's what makes the body of Christ. That's what makes the church so beautiful. And so I think that's what we see, and you can correct me if you think differently, but we almost see a church form by the end of this.
Yeah. To me, that was, it was just kind of just interesting how there was like this underlying, I guess like Beth knew where she was trying to take us. And then when we kind of come full circle, it's like, oh my, now everything, you know what I'm saying? Like what happened like on that first page, now I get it. So I did like that. I like that. You know, and it reflects life. It reflects life. It just, you're walking through your mess, your mistakes. There's so many things that this poor young woman, sort of, some things were done to her, some things she brought on herself, but God just somehow pulled everything together, you know, to bring her to the exact place where she needed to be, where he was wanting her to be. And that was very beautiful.
She comes to New Orleans and comes here because, you know, her father has died. And so, you know, the initial story is like, okay, I'm going and I'm paying my respects, you know, got my way paid. You know, I mean, like, it's like life. We go and do things that's what we think the storyline is, the narrative. And then everything changes. And then by the end of the story, it's like, oh, okay, so that was kind of the plan, or that was the hope, and that's what happened. And I think when you think about this story and then you think of your own life, you're like, there's hope there. There's hope, because if you think you're going this direction and you're like, that's not great, and then God has a whole other plan for you, that's actually really exciting. That's so hopeful. And I think in this novel, that's another theme that comes out that, you know, Beth is trying to bring up to, you know, hope. Hope in the midst of absolute chaos and loss and abandonment and hurt, there is always hope.
And knowing that God always have a plan for you, and that plan is always good, right?
And that he'll use a messy season in our lives. That he won't leave us there and say, well, you got yourself into this mess. That he's right there, knelt down in the mess, and he's like, I'm going to get you out of here, kiddo. I love you. Let's go.